This is an Ella Dark FBI suspense thriller bundle. Book 8, Girl Trapped, and Book 9, Girl Expendable, written by Blake Pierce, read by Amanda Goettl.
This is Girl Trapped, an Ella Dark FBI suspense thriller, Book 8, written by Blake Pierce, narrated by Amanda Goettl. Prologue. Larry rapped his knuckles on the door of apartment 213, not for the first time this week, and once again he received silence in response. He leaned down, shut one eye, and peered through the keyhole. No figures passed his vision. He cursed himself for giving Terry the only key he had, as was laid out by the tenant's agreement. Landlords weren't even allowed to keep a spare copy anymore. God forbid landlords have a little ownership over their own properties, he mused. Terry, you can't ignore me forever. I know you're in there, he lied. It had been like this for a month now. The young woman had been all smiles and promises during her application process, but when it came to handing over the cash, she was nowhere to be found. Terry had been quick enough to ask for a new shower to be installed. Time to pony up the $1,200 rent, she suddenly became a whirlwind of excuses. The numerous phone calls hadn't commanded her attention, nor had the eviction notice. Larry had even staked the place out for the past few days and hadn't seen any sign of his tenant coming or going. Now things were desperate. If she'd skipped town, that meant a legal battle was on the horizon, and he didn't have time for such nonsense. Larry had other apartments to fix up, new tenants to usher in and out. Getting people in your property was the easy part. Getting them out was a different story entirely. Larry moved to the end of the corridor and stuck his head out of the window. He gave a thumbs up to the man waiting below, then went back to the apartment door. He had two options here. He could file a report with the police about a non-cooperative tenant in his building, and once the paperwork was finalized in about 3 months' time, police would subcontract a locksmith to open the door. Once Larry was inside, he could then begin the lengthy process of officially removing Terry as a legal tenant, foregoing about half a year's rent in the process. Or he could break the door down. The man from downstairs stomped through the hallway, toolbox in hand.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?